all throughout life, I've heard people make this statement, you know, we're going from pain to power, pain to power. And it was so crazy because I just heard him say, we're not doing that no more. We're not doing that no more because a lot of y'all, a lot of us have skipped the process. We have skipped things in the process, and you went immediately from pain and started trying to walk in power. And the power was a false power. It was more like adrenaline from the pain that you just went through, and it dwindled out. You didn't last very long, or you entered right back into a cycle, and then you fell into depression, or you fell into sin, or you fell into a bad habit or some sort. And he's like, well, I didn't ask you to go from pain to power because you skipped something. And I'm thinking, what did we skip? And he said, my presence. He said the pain, he allowed it to happen so that it would push you to seek his presence. And in his presence, that's where you find healing. That's where you find restoration. That's where you find his nourishment. That's where you get time to reflect and allow him to pour wisdom into you and bring clarity about what you've been in. He wants you to go from pain to his presence. And in his presence and in sitting in his presence, then he puts his power into you, and then you go from to power. So from now on, go from his presence to power. We're not going from directly from our pain into nothing. We need to go from our pain and go into his presence and cast those cares and cast those issues and cast the anger and resentment and bitterness and betrayal and toxicity and abandonment and rejection and confusion and all of that need to sit in his presence so it can be burned out. And from his presence, then you proceed with power. Okay. So that's something that he said to me. And I said, well, what if people don't know about your presence? What if people are like, well, what does that really mean? How do we move forward? What is that really about? And I heard him say Matthew 6 and says, but when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you openly. So how do you get into his presence? First, you need a place that you can go to and sit secretly, where you can be in the stillness and the quietness and hear your thoughts and be able to carry them out quickly. You ain't going to be able to get into his presence fully if there's noise and distraction all around. You got to go away to a place and find a place that got a door where you can close it and sit in there and meet him there. And he will reward you with his presence, and he'll reward you with his power. And it went on to say, and when you pray, do not keep on babbling like Gentiles do. They think their prayers are unanswered merely by repeating their words again and again. We seen the video go viral. That ain't what we supposed to do. He said, don't be like them, for your Father knows exactly what you need even before you ask him. And he goes on to talk about the prayer, how our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. You begin to pray that and you leave it there. There's a verse, I forget where it is, and it says that, I believe it's in Ecclesiastes, and it talks about the Father is in heaven and you are on earth. Let your words be few. That has been my goal. It's when I get in his presence that he should do the bulk of all the talking, and I need to do the bulk of all the listening. He allows me to get my burdens off, but I quickly get to the point so that I can get to the presence. Come on, somebody. So he wants you to shh and get in his presence. When is a good time to get in his presence? Man, I found out that it was early. Psalms 5:3 says, my voice shalt thou hear in the morning. O Elohim, in the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee, and I will look up. meaning I will wait. Wait on what? Wait on the presence. Wait on the presence. Don't get up too quick. This year, learn how to sit in his presence, because your purpose is going to come. If you've been walking around lost, trying to figure out what it is that you are called to do, why are you here still? Why did he keep you all of 2020? Why did he keep you all of 57, 80 that year? Why did he do that? That's going to come out of his presence. Your purpose is in there. Your power is in there. Your sanity is in there. Your peace is in there. All of those things, they're in the presence. So that's what I wanted to share with you. That's all he told me to say real quick and in a hurry. I love you so much. I can't wait to see you go from pain to presence to power. Shalom.